Welcome back, guys and girls. Today on the show, I've got something I'm really excited about. I'm going to show you how I made a couple of potato bins out of a 55-gallon drum. So grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy. So the first thing that you're going to need for this project is going to be the 55-gallon food safe barrel. I found these locally using a Facebook Marketplace. I think I just typed in 55-gallon drum, and there was quite a few options here. And so I think I picked this one up along with some others for about $15 each. So that's not too bad, and assuming that you have the tools necessary, that's really the only outlay that we have here. So the things that I use for this project, you're going to need of course, the potatoes of your choice. You can find those at Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart. Up here we've got we got a hole saw here, and then you'll have a drill bit up here, a 1/4 inch drill bit. That's what we're going to use to drill some holes in the barrels once we get done. Of course, some safety equipment whenever you're using the angle grinder here, and this is a nicer DeWalt one. You don't necessarily have to have this one. I think there's some options at Home Depot that are just as good. You plug those in the wall, and they maybe run about $30. So, in addition to that, maybe optionally a Sharpie that we're going to use to draw a crude circle around the barrel, so that we'll have a guide to cut. So, let's get started. So the way that I made my barrels was I started with, you've got a couple of ridges here. I just kind of found me a spot in the middle, and I just started making some dotted lines like this, and just keep on going like that around the barrel. You'll follow that up with your angle grinder, and really that's all there is to it, as far as making the two components. I don't need another two barrels. I'm happy with the ones that I have. I think that's going to be plenty of potatoes for my family. So we're just going to get going to the point after we have made those barrels. So this is a 1 3/8 inch hole saw. I used this to make two, or actually just one per barrel. Just something big enough, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that size hole saw, but all I wanted was just kind of a place to put my thumb or finger just to help move these things around, because once you do get some dirt in them, they do get a little heavy. Now you're going to take a 1/4 inch or so drill bit and put yourself 5 to 7 holes in random locations around here on each side of the barrel, and that's going to give you adequate drainage for the barrel. And now is going to be the time to put your dirt in the barrel. You're going to start out with about 2 inches of soil, followed by your seed potatoes. And I think I put about 5 each in these barrels. And then after you plant your seed potatoes, you'll put another 3 inches of dirt to bring the total up to around 5 inches. And when you first plant these, you want to give them a good watering. Then continue to water at least once weekly, maybe more, based on how your climate works out. You just don't want them to dry out. But at the same token, you don't want to overwater them either. So use your own best judgment. If the plants look healthy, then they're probably doing okay. And here we are at about 3 weeks from planting, and you can see we're still at our original 5 inches on the ruler there. But what we want to do now is, once these plants get to about 7 inches or so above the soil, we want to bring that level up. And we want to give it another 3 inches of soil to give you 4 inches out, 3 inches submerged. So the cool thing about this is, I don't know if you can see the little hairs on those, but it's very similar to tomatoes. And take you over here. Potatoes and tomatoes are both in the same family of nightshade. And so you can kind of see these little hairs right here. Those, if exposed to water long enough, those will actually turn into roots. And that's the same thing that's going to happen when those potatoes, is as you continue to put more dirt in there, they're going to continue to make more roots, which is going to be the potato itself. And you're going to want to keep repeating this process as that level raises. Just keep about 4 inches of plant out of the ground, and until you get to this point right here, these things are going to grow, and at the end of 4 months time, or the end of summer, these plants will die off. You can dump this out and you'll have more potatoes than you know what to do with. You may have the question, David, why not just use one barrel, use the entire barrel instead of splitting it into 2 pieces? The reason for this is twofold for me. One is portability. These smaller barrels are going to be easier to move around, maneuver as I need to. The second one's going to be sunlight. Check out the other YouTube videos on this same topic. There's a lot of stuff out there, but one of the things that they tell you with the larger barrels is to orient it, toward the sunlight to make sure that it's getting sunlight in there. With these being lower, I don't have to really worry about that so much. As a matter of fact, these are growing just fine in here, and I have not had to tilt it in any way. And really, this wall blocks a lot of my morning sun to begin with. So do yourself a favor, make 2. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and check out the other videos on the channel. We've got a lot of great stuff and more in the kitty, so we'll see you soon.